Good news rising. Folks, State of the Union address, lots to go through, really. And unfortunately, last night, it's all personal to me and family emergency, uh, parents, siblings. You worry about end of life scenarios. I was hit with that. I got a bad chest cold, just got over the flu, job transition, and then, of course, there's that call you never want to get about a parent, and it all ends up comical in the end anyway. It's all good news. Um, Everything's going to be okay. And it's just kind of funny how life and living, I'm going to give this personal testament to that. So there's been a number of times I come from a family of strong hearts, very strong hearts, and obesity, beyond obesity, like WWE, WWF, superstars of weight, right, on a body. And my family has that kind of obesity. But you know what? 80s, 90s, like, how is that woman or man still alive? And the hearts just pump, 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 right? But there is a thing in this world, and genetics and way life is. I'm a big man too, and I've had that thought I was having a heart attack. Where stabbing pain like a sword right through the chest. Oh my God, what's going on? It started for me about 10 years ago, and for those who know me good, I like my beers. I like my Yorkshire pudding. I love gravy, mashed potatoes, all that great stuff, right? Bring on the roast, bring on all of it, red meats. I love all that stuff. And beer is the greatest thing. I love it all. And you know what? The day came about 10 years ago for me. I'm sitting there, I'm out with friends drinking too many beers on a summer day, and pow, I get that sword through the chest. Ah! Grab my chest, down on my knees, game over, ambulance, I'm goner. Wow, how could this be? I'm 40 years old, having a heart attack. What's going on, right? Of course, it wasn't a heart attack. It was my gallbladder. And it's kind of funny the way my parents are. And I'm not going to say which one or whatever. But, if you're a boy, you have a father, you could probably guess, right? But, oh, quit your drinking and, finger pointing. And so, yeah, one of my parents had a major scare, and we all had a scare. Everyone calling me, and I'm in Ontario. Oh my God, right? And of course, I got to organize all the siblings. Call. I ended my videos yesterday. Right? And of course, comes back to eating way too many fats, your youthful love of beer. Obviously, you blew out your gallbladder a long time ago. And the way genetics are, I've had that warning already, like I said, since hitting 40. And I have to be very careful. I routinely jump into diets. You can live without a gallbladder. It's not a big deal. But I've already had those emergency warnings. I definitely don't participate in life as much as I used to, and I actually try to diet and exercise and do all the right things and forego all those things. Well, one of my parents, no way in hell. Well, now they're getting their gallbladder removed, which, it's a God blessing, right? It's not the end of life or any of that. It's the end of a gallbladder, which means, if you don't know what that means, folks, it means no more beer, no more fatty foods, none of that. Big red meats with all the rest of it. You really have to take the lean road, the vegetable road. You can forget gravy and many other things, even overindulgence of ice cream and other things that you take for granted. you have to limit those things. And so that's where I'm at. That's why yesterday I cut the video. I've had a rough week. I've been a little bit down, a little bit ill, and I'm going to take the curve road positive. It's going to be all good, and everything's good. But, you know, you don't want to talk out. You don't want to get into things that are negative in your personal life, even though they're very stressful. And it hit that point yesterday. But everything's good today. It's good news rising. It's a reality check. It's kind of funny because the parent always pointing the finger at me, and yeah, I love my beer and I love my gravy and I love all those wonderful things I shouldn't overindulge in, but you know, I've really stemmed down in the last few years. And then that parent, you just got hit with it. You got hit with it hard, and now you're going to lose all those things. And I know we're right behind them too in life. So you look at that 20 some years apart. That's my future. But I've already known this future for the last 10 years, and I've taken corrective action, so to speak. So, you know, whether that will last, I hope it lasts to my 70s and I can still have a beer and I can still participate in Yorkshire pudding and things like that. All these things that, you know, are a big part of my life. But that's good news. At least I'm not losing a parent. Everything's going to be well. Everything's coming together. It's good. I want to finish off State of the Union. It was brilliant. I'm sorry. There's a lot of negativity on folks on Canada, the 51st state, and you should not be. Democrats had their pants pulled down last night. Americans are going into tax refund time. I'm sorry. I know where I cut the video off. It was just getting good. Team USA, Freedom Medal for the goalie. I did watch all of that. And I was just playing phone tag, and you know, everyone in the family in a state of emergency. I still watched it all. I still stayed to that. I just didn't showcase it for all of you. But over and over, Trump brought up critical constitutional legal points where 5 Supreme Court justices didn't show. Now, Trump can be angry about his emergency powers with tariffs. Countries like Canada and China can say, ha ha ha, we got all those tariffs against you fucking asshole Americans, but you can't do the same. Ha ha ha. Well, it's not that way. There are 5 other avenues which Trump opened up a limited 6-month First Avenue tariff, which means nothing. It means nothing because he still has 5 other avenues to utilize, one of which he's already utilized, that's leveled and destroyed Canada on building China in a meaningful way. And if he wants to, this is what's really epically great. And Democrats sit there, right? And they're trying to force Trump to be the Republican president who destroys all of the Canada-UK treaties in front of the whole world, smithing China like never before. Like never before. And somehow in the dirty, evil Democrat mind, and realize this, folks, I'm very happy. I continue to read every day. I do a slow roll AI, but 10 times better than AI. I'll never be able to process data like AI. As fast as I talk, I read a little bit faster than that. God gave me a gift that the things I read, I retain. Stuff that most people be like, oh shit, man, I read a paragraph, throw it down. I just keep reading on and on and on. Not fiction novels, not love novels, not any of that, but blueprints or roadmaps or, or constitutionalism or law or committee reports, stuff like that. I just eat it and it stays with me, permeates out my pores. Like, it's an incredible thing. My mom has that gift. It's a tremendous gift, really. And as long as I can keep reading it, I take it in and it stays right there. It's a beautiful thing. And as I continue and the bullshit of the congressional Democrats, when Trump, what I love about him is he must be a lot like me and my mother. He must have that retention, right? It explains his wealth. Like, everybody's different. People have different needs and wants. I've never had a wealth want to everybody. I know that sounds funny, but it's never, picked me up or motivated me for wealth, knowledge, being able to utilize information in a positive way for society, for everybody. That's what motivates me. That's what gets me going, makes me happy. And as I watched Trump go through the list and Democrats sit down, it must have really chapped. Everybody listen to me now. And I can guarantee this. I read it. Not only that, I know who's who. And for some reason, my brain will just retain that. And then I can go look at the person. So when I go over and I look at the crowd, and there's a lot of MIAs, there are a pile of MIA Democrats. There were a pile. And a lot of committee Democrats are missing. I could go back through and I could go through the video if I had the time. And maybe one of these weekends I will. And I'll go through the State of the Union and I'll show you committee members. And I'll say, hey, these 6 committee members on this committee who made this report are missing, which means they didn't show up because they didn't want to have to stand up in front of the party. Do you understand that? And I know the media is spinning the United States, taking a page out of the corrupt Canada model. I want to tell you some other positives here. And you can look at it as negative, but I see it as a huge positive because it's cowardice. And one thing I'll tell you about Americans, they don't respect cowards, let alone cowards in their own nation. It's really disenfranchising of the American people and those to be elected by them. It will disenfranchise them. So there were a lot of cowards who wouldn't show up because they were afraid to stand up. But that hurt them. That hurt them with Trump's address because they were too afraid, because when it hit the committee report topic, they would have to get up and it's like, oh, look, this 11, over here, this 16. And Trump must have felt good that Republicans overwhelmingly represented House there and Senate when they don't make those numbers in real measure of House and Senate. It's very close, right? But as you watch the video, you're like, why is there this overwhelming pour over into the Democrats, right? That's Republicans because the Democrats are missing. And it shows you Republicans who are like, I don't want to, right? And there's some Republicans who did side over on number 2 topics. You saw that overwhelming majority of Democrats, but many missing. A majority with the Republicans missing. And when I converge them with the congressional reports from what I call ministries, it's cabinet, but from cabinet in the United States, unlike the rest of the world, absolutely unlike anything found in Canada, meaning 180 degrees opposite of Canada, Democrats, no matter how big or small they are, can equal absolute committee, as do Republicans. No matter how big or small, they can be in a serious minority. they get equivalent cabinet stylized committees with same power as executive in a check and balance. When I read all those Democrat reports and it showcases the things Trump's done and he brings up, none of those people are there. Which, if they're going to remain not there, that means they're going to vote when things are brought forward. By not being there, by being cowards, the good news here, it tells all the American people, look how strong the Democrats are. Are we really going to be second fiddle to illegals? And I want to say this really good thing. If you don't understand the United States when it comes to American citizen, so I'm going to tell you a truth about America. If you're an illegal and some piece of shit municipal government always, I'm sorry, ocean of red in all my readings and studies, right? No lies here. I wouldn't lie about the United States. But in the ocean of red, these islands of blue, these big Democrat cities, they took illegal immigrants, handed them licensing in the state, right? Governor is a Democrat. They allowed them to drive as illegals, okay? And one day, Mr. Illegal, high on methamphetamines, drives through a school zone way over the speed limit, if they even know that exists, plows through some children, cripples and mentally handicapped, physically handicaps a little girl for the rest of her life. Guess what mom and dad get for that? Now, if it's an American citizen, you're liable, you're insured, your whole estate is put up to service that system. You better have insurance, but criminal act, you won't. They're going to liquidate you. There's going to be a civil judgment against you. There are state, municipal systems in place, victim services. Family is going to get paid out. What happens when it's illegal? Zero. Nothing. Oh. So now you have to sue the state. The state says, well, it's him. He's bankrupt because he's not a citizen. You're suing American taxpayers for his crime. Yeah. That's the Democrats. That's what millions of illegals represent, because legal path immigration goes through checks and balances, and that foreign person is held accountable. To get citizenship, they have to put up to get into America. They have to go through stages. Liability. You know, what is an American citizen? I'll tell you the difference, everyone. Whether you're Canadian or American, because in Canada, this doesn't exist. This is why we don't have illegal immigrants. We have whatever the government says is legal immigration, because there's no responsibility and no accountability. Who's accountable for all the immigrants in Canada? Regardless, refugee, terrorist, doesn't matter. AI tells you all this stuff. Why is there such a big 180-degree difference between Canada and USA? Because American citizens have, 1, responsibility, 2, accountability. Subjects don't. All the government says is, Oh, yeah, it happened. It's terrible. Don't worry. The working class subjects will pay for it. Oh, yeah, the government will pay out. Don't worry. We just put that debt and that liability on everybody who works in Canada. Problem solved. Don't worry. You don't owe, you don't have to pay. It's like no fault insurance. Even though someone's a drunk, drugged out driver on methamphetamines, shooting guns, illegal guns out the window, popping off children all down the street. Don't worry. Working Canadians will pay for it. We'll load them up with debt. We'll even go through the emotions of the criminal court. Don't worry. Working Canadians are responsible. Because they're subjects. Well, we're savages. In America, American citizens are held to be responsible and accountable. That's how you get freedom in the world. You want freedom? No problem. In America, life, liberty, the pursuit of happiness, you have a lot of freedom. But it comes with responsibility and accountability. In America, illegal immigrants have no responsibility, no accountability. The state, the municipality, because the municipalities in the state holds American sovereignty, they put up American sovereignty to be accountable and responsible. Donald Trump gave the best, most beautiful State of the Union address. I was livid. I was happy. I wanted to shout out to all of you online. Going through family stuff I just went through. Finished it off today. It's all good. It's all good news. Folks, State of the Union address is great news. Republicans are not going to fall. Americans who work in the clear majority, the American citizen who's held to account, has to be responsible each and every day of their life, will never vote for all that crap. I can guarantee you all the Democrat committee personnel, which is more than 30 when I overlap all of them so far. And today, everybody, good news, I'm at 42%. Still got over 58% to go through. And I'll get through it. I'll get through all of it. It's looking great. I am learning America like no one else. And look at it. As I always knew it to be, it's a beautiful thing. Complex. It takes a lot of time. It takes a lot of years of you and your investment. But I'm doing that for each and every one of you. I wouldn't lie to you. Wouldn't lead you astray. Which brings me to the third topic of this video. And it's good news. We've got CPAs. Not only do we have CPAs, we've got CPAs with their own family successful businesses. Throughout Canada, I've got 3 who've joined Canada, the 51st state page. If you're watching this today, you need to step up and take that role. And you know what? If you're too scared, I get it. I get being afraid, but Americans don't like cowards. So I'll tell you all what I'm going to do. Regardless of what happens, I'm going to contact Leanna and Claude by the end of the week. Friday, we're going to try the last chance in Quebec. We're going to try that. Even if it's all in French, that's okay. We're going to try that last single effort. And if that's not the way it is to be, folks, I'm a business graduate, and it's okay. I don't need to run for prime minister. I never cared about that. It's like Moses. You can build the ark. It doesn't mean I need to go. I can just drive the boat and deliver everybody, and that's just the way it is, right? I'm going to look at going to school. I think I only need 1 year, and I can get my CPA. I'm pretty sure with a business degree, I'm only obligated because I have managerial accounting. I have accounting 1 and 2. I'm pretty sure I can finish it in 1 year. And if that's the case, I have to select one person who has to be the chief agent of the party that I trust more than life itself to make sure that our platform is never hijacked. It will mean I